Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. I gotta dig the pass out again here. Today is February 6th. It is Sunday, 2022. And we've actually had, it's low 30s here today. But it's been nice. You can see the sun has been out. And things are actually melting a little bit, which is good. We've had the greenhouse has started to let go of some of the stuff, and like I said, as you can see here, I'm going to have to dig that back out again. Same thing over on this side. But that's what happens, unfortunately. Yeah, here as well. I knew that was going to be the case. Alright, so before we get into this video, I do want to remind you guys I will be live streaming tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. I would ask you to join me. We'll have a good discussion, and we will see you all then, and hopefully we'll have a nice, enjoyable chat. And we will go on there. I will try. I never guarantee anything, but I will try to stay on topic. Topic is I've kind of got it narrowed down, but you'll have to wait and see what it says the live stream topic is going to be. But I will try to stay on point during the live stream. I do promise you that. No guarantees, because we do have a tendency to go off the rails, which definitely does happen. Alright, so let's take a look real quick. We'll see where we are at over here. We're still bringing in some. We got 194 on that side, 197 on this side, so about 400. Batteries are at 2634. So we're just at that point of the day, because the sun is way over here now, that it definitely affects obviously production. We'll walk over here and I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, you can see the ice clumps are starting to fall off here. So as things melt, it slides out, and I was telling Mom and Beck that they really needed to be careful coming in and out of the house. But you can see that it already has fallen on that part, which is good. But so step over this way and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So partial sunshine on this now. That's more shaded over there now, just because of the time of the day. So we're not getting, like, the sun is again over here, and so it's not getting really good direct sunlight at this point. But that happens. That happens. So, all right. I have always been someone who watches, someone who observes. Just kind of give you a little bit of an idea. When I was younger, I've never been a big bar person. Don't like the bar scene. I think too many people are phony in bars, and so it's never really been my thing, right? But what I used to do when I would go to a bar, I'd grab a beer, I'd sit back in a corner, and I would sit back and I would observe and just watch the games, how things were being played and how things were done, because I always found it fascinating. Literally, I'll tell you this, I mean, I could sit in a bar 10 minutes, sitting back watching. I could tell you who was dealing drugs. I could tell you who the alcoholics were. I could tell you who was in there trying to just get lucky, who was in there trying to run a scam. I mean, it's all, I mean, who the phonies were, all of that. Who were genuine people just looking to go out and have a couple of drinks, just to blow off some steam, all those type of things. But it was always fun to me. That was always fun. I enjoyed that. Now, that being said, I'm wondering how many of you have been paying attention to what has been going on. Since the entire situation up in Ottawa, what have you heard, guys? How much of a push have you heard of forcing you to do this and forcing you to do that, while they sit back, or a lot of them are sitting back, in my opinion, right now? They're watching, waiting to see what's going to go on. They don't want to push too hard, because if they push too hard, you're going to have more people up in arms. You're going to have more people basically saying enough is enough. And you're seeing that happening all over the world. You're seeing a lot of protest. You're seeing people have had enough of, restrictions and all those type of things. And so with that, while the world sits and waits and watches what's going on in Ottawa with the truckers over there, and I like how that the government is spinning it, that all these are violent, they're being violent people and all this and that, which I have personally not seen that. Okay, that is a spin a lot of times to steer popular opinion away, trying to get the public to look at a situation and go, yeah, all these people are horrible and all this type of stuff. Now, like I said, I personally haven't seen those situations yet. Could it turn violent? Could it turn ugly? Oh, I'm sure it could. I'm sure it could turn violent, ugly in a heartbeat. But again, that's going to depend on what Trudeau, who's been in hiding, by the way, this whole time. I find that fascinating as well. He's supposed to be the leader, up in Canada, but whereas was hiding under mom's bed, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just that's a question, guys. I'm curious, and isn't it convenient? Isn't it convenient that he gets, supposedly exposed right at this time? Now, I don't know if he has or hasn't. I'm not calling the man a liar, but it's very, very convenient that he could duck out of the public eye, if you will, because he has to isolate, for 5 days. Well, in the meantime, you have a lot of stuff going on. You're supposed to be the leader of that country. What are you doing? But again, you are not seeing, and tell me if I'm wrong on this. If I am wrong, I'll be the first to admit it. Whenever I've ever made a mistake, I'm always going to be the first to admit I've made a mistake. But have you seen, since the situation up there in Canada, have you seen the extreme push that had been going on beforehand? I can tell you what that answer is. I haven't seen it. Because like I said, those are the things that I'm watching. I'm watching that situation up there, of course, and people are frustrated, they're irritated, they've just had enough, and I totally can empathize with that situation, completely empathize, okay, and but you are having the powers that be, not just in Canada, but in the United States, in Europe, different places. They're watching what's going to go on. What are the people going to do? What are the the people, how much will they tolerate? And that's what I think a lot of this has been. Again, strictly my opinion. I think a lot of this has been, let's see how hard we can push. Let's see how hard we can get people to do as they're told with, restricting their rights, telling them that they have to do something that they don't want to do, and then villainizing. And again, this is strictly my opinion, guys. But if you've watched what has gone on, you will see that I'm not really far off base when I say this. Villainize people that won't comply with whatever is being pushed. Not trying to narrow it down to one thing, but you get the gist of what I'm talking about. So I find that fascinating. And of course, there is no against. This is strictly my opinion. I find it hard to think that the news media is unbiased. There is definitely, if you're paying attention and you watch, there's definitely a slant of the way that the news media does things. If some of the things that has happened under this administration happened under the last administration, oh my God, they'd be calling for his lynching. I mean, you look what they did during the last administration. Just attacks every single day, which that's exactly what went on. I'm going to tell you what, and this is the way I look at things too. If you pay attention again, it's really, really important because you see these things, okay? If you say a lie enough times, it becomes the truth. So I'm going to give you an example of something, all right? Just so you can kind of get it to understand, all right? So candidate XYZ does a speech and he has on a gray suit, okay? But if I, the propaganda machine, decide he didn't have on a gray suit, he had on a blue suit. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say, candidate XYZ wearing a blue suit. Now, in the beginning, when I start saying that, some people are going to go, oh, well, wait a minute, I saw that and he had on a gray suit. But some people are not even going to look at the footage to see if candidate XYZ had on a gray suit or a blue suit. They're going to just say, you know what, the media said he had on a blue suit, he had on a blue suit. So they start to repeat it. They start to believe it. So they start going around saying, well, you know, XYZ candidate was wearing a blue suit. And they're not even going to look. They're not even going to check. They're just going to blindly follow whatever they have been told. This happens, folks, all the time. That is why I always say to all of you, do your research, do your own independent research on whatever we're talking about, whatever we are doing, you know, whatever any of us say, any YouTuber out here, whatever we say, do the research. And again, like I said, if I say something out of turn or if I'm wrong about something, I will be the first one. I've always been. Come back on here next video and say, hey, listen, I made a mistake. I was wrong. I apologize. It's very simple to do, but you won't see it happen with the news media. They'll never retract a story, not often. They will retract the story, but not very often. They'll just let the lie go ahead and spread because people will just, again, they don't take the time to do their own research. So I just did some interesting observations that I definitely wanted to share with you guys. Like I said, I love to sit back and watch and see how the game gets played out and those type of things. So I find it fascinating. So anyway, I'd like to hear your take on this, guys. What have you been noticing since this whole situation up in Canada? Have you noticed them kind of taking a step back? And the push of what they're trying to push is not been so hard anymore. And I'm talking across the board, especially the United States. Especially the United States. So, anyway, I'm just curious to see what you guys have to say. So, real quick, we'll talk about my website, preppernurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse 1 community there, which is a resource that we set up for you guys to connect with like-minded people. You do have to register, but there is no credit card information asked. Once you're registered and you're in, check out the message boards. Also check out, the people in your state or your country to try to connect with like-minded people. Like I said, it's a resource that we set up for you guys to be able to do that. The other thing that I wanted to say, on my website, we have the Forefathers, which is a CBD and hemp store. So again, if you go to my website, preppernurse1.com, you will see the Forefathers logo. If you click on that, it will take you directly to their store, or their website, I'm sorry, their website. When you're over there, if you decide to make a CBD or hemp purchase, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1, and that's the number 1, not O-N-E, and you will save yourself 15% on your purchase. Last thing on my website, I was waiting, because I saw her sitting back there. Neighbor's dog must be out. Hey, enough. Pandora. Yeah, I see you. They have a right to be in their yard. So, but last thing on my website, we have the Legacy freeze-dried foods. So, preppernurse1.com. You click on store, it will drop down, you will see Legacy Foods, you click on that, it will take you to the store within the website. What we have available, pretty much everything is available right now, so that's a good thing. Also, what was I going to say? If I could think, sorry guys. 25-year shelf life, GMO free, there are gluten options for people that need that as well. See, they can hear the dogs over there, so they're losing their minds. Enough! All right, I better jump off here and take care of that. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. By the way, I will see you all tonight at 8 p.m., okay? So we'll do the live stream. We'll have a good chat. So I'll see you guys all then. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. That's an important thing, too. Oh, this guys. Pandora's the barker. She is the one. No, they're just playing now, but she is the instigator of instigators. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Also remember, guys, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that can stop you from reaching that goal is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? I will see you all later tonight at 8 p.m. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.